Good morning, 8:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, September 27th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So as we can see, XRP still lagging behind. It does feel quite ominous here that we should get some kind of positive upward volatility, but if we cannot manage to do it right now, it would be an issue. But ladies and gentlemen, we are still bouncing off of this descending consolidation. And I dare say, if you were watching this market, you could be in it. And even if it makes you nervous, if it falls below 58.27, okay, fine. If you want to bail, bail. But right now, we have this bullish continuation. If we can hold this, and this is very, very critical, because if you do hold this, there's a great opportunity for this weekend. And in real time, we'll just lower this just a little bit to catch up in real time. But in real time, that should bring us to 62.5 cents. So assuming we don't lose this consolidation around 58.62, that is still very much a 6.83% rally that we're looking for here. So if we look at this realistically, XRP, as much as it's been lagging behind, we are still in a moment here where we could have a positive price appreciation here. Now, like I said, be very cautious, because if it breaks that 58.29 area, that's a big problem. Honestly, that would be a big problem. That would just tell us that we just don't have the strength. It's just, we are trending in an area where if we can bounce off of this formation, and I know it's hard to see because that shows 60 cents over the top. But if you start looking at how this consolidated, I mean, when you're talking about a bullish continuation, you have to back test the former consolidation. And that's exactly what we've been doing here. And it's not just one or two taps. We've come down here quite a few times, and it does appear that we have a golden cross here. We haven't given it away. We bounced off the 200-day and the 45. And the hourly, we're trying to bounce up as well. The former looks like, man, it's tough, because it looks like we're reversing back up after a day yesterday of heartache. We very well should end this in a positive momentum. But, XRP, as it stands, it's early morning right now. We did have a bit of a consolidation, as we normally do at about this time. But we have bounced off of this consolidation. I mean, if you're looking for bullish conditions, it's this kind of a setup. So let's make this accurate. 62.6 cents. I mean, that's where this market is looking like it wants to go. However, it's so finicky that if it were to break through, and let's say that 58.2 invalidates this, then all of a sudden you're looking at 57.4, and then if you break that, you got 55 and 52.20 underneath. Right now, unless we're trying to come down and the manipulators or the market makers are trying to make this come down and retest that 2018 resistance again as support and create what looks like an inverse right arm even deeper, it could come down there. But it is not necessary. I've gone over this many times. It is not necessary to go back over there. And honestly, if it comes back down there, I'm still looking at the opportunity here that it would come up to 62.6, fill out this formation, as in real time the support's right at 58.6, and allow this to break out in a sense. That's what I'm looking for. The fact that it's on the back side of this area leaves you for some kind of momentous buildup. The fact that in the 2 hourly we've got a long leg doji that looks to be a bullish reversal to start the morning. Now it could shift in the next 57 minutes if the market starts trending down and we end up by the 58.60. Well, maybe it reverses back to the downside. But even this in the short, we've come up once, but we've got 60.12 cents in front of us. But really, it's all about this formation back up to 62.6 if we can hold the 58.6. That's the bottom line here. The bottom line here is we're trying to push our way back up. We have this cup and handle resistance in front of us, along with what is also the falling channel. Above that, we have the rising channel. But before we could ever get up there, we would have to break this 60.3 cents. And then we could start this, momentous push here. The fact that we're getting supported by Bitcoin being at 587 points today, and the fact that XRP's done diddly squat, in my opinion, it's a kind of condition where technically you could find yourselves in a bullish tug here. Now, I don't want to say anything for certain is going to happen, because we've been here before, And we've seen this before out of XRP, where it seems like something big's happening, and then for whatever reason, we just can't find our footing. So we're going to try to avoid that kind of a scenario. But beware, that has happened quite a bit with XRP, where we seem to be building up. We've got this back test set up, and then all of a sudden, for one reason or another, it just doesn't pan out. Now, I'm hoping that we're past that now. Not even hoping, I'm expecting us to be past that. But I guess expectations, or expecting is a strong word, because we've seen a lot of weird stuff happen in this market, and there's no doubt about it. We've had a lot of stuff happen in this market, and I understand because I've been a part of it this entire time. I know how screwed up it can be. So if you're asking me, in order for this to play out in a bullish fashion, like I said, I started out by coming on very strong here with this formation, because if it's going to have any kind of momentum here, this is where we're going to bounce off of. We cannot afford to give this back. If we come back below here, it doesn't bold well. And I would love to see us just hold this 58.64. Now, if you are trading, the closer you can get to 58.60, the better. And yeah, you're not that far off of it right now, to be honest with you. So it's not like it's that big of a hop, skip, and a jump from where we're at. It's literally 0.3%. So on a 10x trade, that's like a 3.4%. But I'm telling you, you are going to have to ride it and make sure that this would invalidate at the 582 level. So, you know, if you're making a trade here, you're going to have some kind of testicular fortitude, because it's not just, oh, it's going to happen, because we've had this momentum and it just hasn't done anything yet. And look at the 30-minute now, just while I was talking, just by us talking right here. You know, we've had a tiny bit of a tug, but nothing major. I mean, it's still in the 30-minute. That's about as far as you would expect. We've had this bearish cross in the 30-minute. So looking at the charts, I mean, we're a bit conflicted here. Bitcoin's looking great. It's up to 65,700 this morning. Now, is it going to reverse here? Is the broader market thinking that we're going to have a tug back down? If so, 64,937. But if Bitcoin continues up, we're coming up to our resistance at 68,907, and it looks like that's where we're going. But you would have to hold 64,937 not to invalidate that thought process. So that's definitely something we're thinking about with Bitcoin. It's interesting to see XRP right now at 58.74. It hasn't come down that much since we started the live, but what it's doing here is, remember when we talked about this long leg doji candle in the 2 hourly? What it's doing here by coming like this is it could turn it bearish. So that's what all I was talking about in the beginning. So we need to make sure that this doesn't flip bearish, and then that we can push out of here. We've got, like I said, 53 minutes left in this candle, so there's going to be a lot to watch this morning, just by the entire audience. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff that's slightly up, some stuff that's red. We've had a big dump off by Velo, which is normal. It'll pump 15 and dump 10 all the time, it seems like, so we sit around this 1.5 to 2 cent area, but we'll talk about that more in the live tonight. We've got gold down about $5 this morning. We got silver up about 1/3 of 1%. So it'll be interesting in commodities as well. We see the DXY is just shredding. The DXY is being shredded. So, you know, this is not a surprise to our community that this is happening. But right now it looks like the DXY's got plans to come all the way down to the 98.35. And you all know, if you're a fan of my show or this program of any length of time, my target is down there. And I think the US dollar parity is going to be sub 80 soon. And it's not because I want this country to die. It's just when you're paying over $1 trillion in debt and interest payments per month, when you've got the highest national debt you've ever had, when the money continues to print into oblivion, it's got no choice but the US dollar to be de-dollarized. That's the way it goes. How are commodities going to play out today? It's going to be interesting. Let's leave it at that. We'll talk about that later on today. But as far as some of our reading, we're going to see what dictates here. So XRP's at 58.75. Now, an interesting, the XRP versus SEC appeal strategy unveiled by former SEC lawyer as October deadline approaches. So after the revelation shared by CNF that a researcher exposed how the SEC views speculation's role in XRP's utility, the XRP lawsuit, a major legal battle in the crypto space, may not be over yet. Although Ripple was ordered to pay a $125 million penalty in August, recent developments suggest the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission may file an appeal, potentially sparking another phase in the case. The possibility of an appeal has garnered attention, especially at the October deadline. At October deadline for action draws near. Former SEC lawyer Mark Fagel has shared insight into what the agency's appeal strategy might look like, focusing on challenging that ruling regarding programmatic sales, which were considered not to be unregistered securities offerings. The SEC lawyer predicts appeal focus on programmatic sales. As discussed recently in a CNF update, attorney Fred Rispoli noted that the SEC is still undecided and may wait until the last minute to announce an appeal. However, Ripple's Chief Legal Officer Stuart Alderodi confirmed that Ripple does not intend to appeal, having obtained a stay order on the $125 million penalty pending further proceedings, according to Mark Fagel. His comments, or the SEC's appeal, is likely to target the legality of Ripple's programmatic sales. It's interesting how they're doing this, because the programmatic sales is the part that I've been nervous about, made through intermediaries. Fagel also clarified that the appeal wouldn't focus on the penalties, but rather on overturning this specific part of the ruling. His comments came during a recent discussion where he suggested the SEC is looking to address how these sales were ruled compliant. Another former SEC lawyer, James Farrell, has estimated about a 75% chance of the SEC moving forward with an appeal, emphasizing that not appealing could weaken the agency's stance in future cases. Ripple denies appeal rumors, but market remains uncertain. With the upcoming October 7th deadline approaching, speculation remains, and some experts believe the SEC may still file a last-minute appeal. If so, Ripple is expected to cross-appeal, potentially delaying the case further and causing continued volatility in the XRP market, with its price fluctuating between highs and lows recently. Despite the SEC's potential move, Ripple's leadership remains confident that the case is closed. CEO Brad Garlinghouse and CLO Stuart Alderodi have both denied claims of an impending appeal, stating that case has concluded. In the meantime, according to CoinMarketCap, Ripple XRP is trading at 58.75 cents with a 0.09% increase in the past day and a 0.56% increase over the past week. So I thought that was important. And one more news and note, we'll read this as well. Let's see, XRP 58.89, as it is trying to push here, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we talked about at the start of this the start of this update. We're trying to, in the 2-hour time frame, put in a bullish continuation here. It's just a matter of, can we do it? Can we do it? In the 2-hourly right now, we're still looking at a bullish continuation here. We're trying so very hard, and the fact that we're holding this support structure gives us another layer of credibility that we could in fact bounce out of here. We came down for a little consolidation, which is always nice to see. But like I said, it's gonna be very interesting here today. No matter what we do, it's gonna be difficult to trade. Just, if you are trading it, make sure you pay attention to the underneath wick here. If it comes below 58.26, I don't suggest you hold it all the way down. If you're leverage trading or whatever to 57.60, you could always retry. But right now we're looking to bounce off. We had an inverted hammer here, then we had a hammer candle. Now we've got a reversal. This very well could be the start of something, but we'll see what ends up happening here. Let's read this news right now. The second largest private bank in Turkey now supports XRP. This is big news. So Garanti BBVA, the second largest private bank in Turkey, has expanded the crypto mobile app offering to include XRP. The prominent Turkish bank disclosed this move in a recent notification accessible via its official website, noting it now provides services for XRP. XRP community figure drew public attention to the development in a Wednesday post on X. XRP live on Turkey's top private bank. And if you are watching right now, please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube does recommend this update. There's so much information in this morning's update that if you hit that like button, YouTube will recommend us. It'll pop up in news feeds. Yesterday, we didn't even get 100 likes, so it definitely hurt our update. I mean, it got to 100 now, but it took a while. So in the announcement, Garanti BBVA mentioned its ongoing effort to integrate new cryptocurrencies into its mobile app. Now it includes XRP, which the Turkish bank described as a crypto asset with one of the largest banks. Notably, in the latest round of integration, the bank also disclosed the addition of Arbitron, ARB, one of the top 50 crypto assets in the market. Following the latest move, XRP and ARB join existing supported crypto assets like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Avalanche, Chiles, and USD coin, a stable coin. That's the United States digital currency. This latest move by Garante BBVA follows a previous announcement in which the bank hinted at plans to expand its asset offerings after a thorough monthly security review. In the announcement about XRP, Korkan Abali, general manager of Garante BBVA Digital Assets, revealed that adding XRP to the mobile app was driven by customer feedback. Furthermore, Abali noted that interest in crypto asset custody and trading among customers is growing. He emphasized the bank's commitment to supporting customers throughout their crypto journey with robust security excellence, customer service, and cutting-edge technology. It is worth mentioning that Garante BBVA is recognized as a crypto asset service provider following recent changes in the capital markets laws. As one of Turkey's most prominent private banks, Garante BBVA boasts consolidated assets of approximately $76 billion. The bank operates across various banking segments, including corporate, SME, commercial, payment systems, private, and investment banking. Its diverse portfolio also encompasses subsidiaries specializing in pension and life insurance. Garante BBVA's decision to incorporate XRP into its mobile app has generated bullish reactions from enthusiasts. Many view it as a significant step forward mainstream adoption of XRP by major banks. So this is very, very big news, as the private bank in Turkey now supports, the second largest bank in Turkey now supports XRP. That's a big development here. Big development here. While we're here, let's look at the crypto fear and greed index. As it's starting to move up now due to Bitcoin, it's up to 61 is in greed. Yesterday was neutral at 50. Last week was neutral at 54. Last month was 30 in fear. Now, unfortunately for anybody in XRP, we've not seen much of a bounce for XRP. In fact, it's been kind of stuck in its tracks here. We're sitting at the 58.81 level. Like we said, we got that level of support here. If it busts through 58, I mean, we're right on the border right now. We got 45 minutes with this 2-hour candle, so we're pretty much stuck here until this candle ends. It's a pretty neutral, well, I mean, it's a long leg doji, so it is a reversal candle in the 2-hourly. 4-hourly is trying to put that same reversal. It's just in 44 minutes, we're going to want to be more up towards the 58.90 area instead of towards the 58.69. If we lose 58.60, it's a big problem here. 58.60, if it's lost, we could invalidate this bullish thesis. So that's something we're going to have to watch this morning. It does seem like we're trying to build something, but we do have a bullish cross we're trying to a bearish cross early this morning that we're trying to invalidate, because we do have a golden cross that we're trying to reaffirm here in the smaller time frames. But we do know that that's still valid in the longer time frames. We have not crossed back, and we're trying to make some kind of push here, but it's going to be difficult. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's going to be difficult just because of how public perception is for XRP. And with the daily escrow dump coming, if we're going to move, I would expect it to happen sometime this weekend, because the 31st is when we release 1 billion tokens from escrow again. Yes, typically 70 to 80% gets locked back up, but that is going to lead to some volatility in the moment. Generally, what ends up happening is the price goes up just before the escrow dump, and then like how we see it right now at 59 cents roughly, it could go up to 62.5 and maybe, or 64, and then by the time escrow dumps, it'll come right back down to that 59 or 60 or 60, wherever it decides to be at. So I anticipate some kind of move here, unless Bitcoin rolls over and XRP rolls over. I have about a 75% conviction here that we should push up. Now that goes down to 35% the moment we break 58.6, and it goes down in the current moment to about 5% if we break 58.2. So 75% chance to break out here as long as we're over 58.6. That's a better than not shot here. That's a better than not shot. And if you're watching me as a leverage trader, I beg of you, do not have a stop loss under 58.2. I mean, any lower than 58.2. It gives you plenty of time, and then if you have to, you could always pick it back up at 57.4 instead of riding all the way through with the chance, if it comes down there, that it could go to 55 or even 52.4. So be cautious, pay attention. Video description below and or pinned comments. There's BITUNIX and or HOTCOIN. They have the lowest spot leverage trading fees in the USA, and you can use it worldwide. No KYC or VPN. Trade XRP any state in the USA as well. So take advantage of it. Take advantage of it before we get these unbelievable price appreciations, and take advantage of it while we're in this bearish momentous zone. But if we break past here, there is a big surge to come. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. Please make sure to hit that like button. If you appreciate my work, consider joining Tom's Army or sending a YouTube super chat. If you made it till the end, hashtag be better, do better in the comments. And remember, if you're part of Tom's Army, you get this update 30 minutes early, so it'll be released, but I have to go through 30 minutes that they check it, they do the stuff to make sure my stuff doesn't copyright, and yada, yada, yada. But the members of Tom's Army now can watch this that first half hour without ads, before all the checks are made, and without anybody who might make it a pain in the ass to read in the comments. You'll be part of your own with the members of Tom's Army as a special thing.